Only on 6 tonight, lessons learned by FPL after Hurricane Irma. It was the largest power restoration job in state history. Crews came from around the nation to lend a hand.
And while FPL says it has work to do before the next storm, this was the fastest restoration of its kind. News 6 anchor Erik von Ancken talked to utility leaders at their new Flagler County Operations Center.
Over the past decade, FPL spent $3 billion hardening, they call it, their infrastructure, building things like power poles that don't break and Category 5 storm-proof command centers. Still, almost all of FP&L customers during Hurricane Irma lost power. So what have they learned? Well, one of the things they've learned is how important software is.
But I'm just going to go to a meter and see if that customer is in service.
This was one of FPL's most valuable tools during and after Irma, being able to tell who has power and who doesn't in real time without sending a truck. Every FPL customer is now part of the smart grid, they call it, technology that's supposed to keep the power on or get it back on faster. Things like circuit breakers that self-heal and automatically rerouting power lines when your power goes out.
When you kind of step back and look at our restoration performance, it was one of our very best restoration performance. Even after the 4.4 million customers were out of service, within 25 hours, we had restored over 50% of our customers.
Manny Miranda is in charge of getting the power back on for all of FPL in Florida. He admits, yes, almost all FPL customers lost power after Irma, but says the technology wasn't supposed to keep the electricity flowing as much as it was to restore it quicker. He also admits FPL must learn how to do a better job predicting how long restoration will take, and to do that is partnering with companies like IBM. Duke Energy was heavily criticized for promising power on a certain day and then missing that deadline. Have you learned any lessons from the Duke situation?
You know, it's too early. You know, we're all evaluating, you know, kind of our own respective performances. Like, this is a humbling business. You know, we've got lots of lessons learned on our own part that we can apply.
Of course, all of this costs money, especially to pay for the largest restoration effort in the state's history. How much? Well, FP&L says it's still adding up the bills, and then eventually that number will be tacked on to your bill, just like we're still paying for the Hurricane Matthew restoration effort. In Flagler County, Erik von Ancken, News 6.
And you've probably noticed a $3.36 surcharge was added to your FPL bill after Hurricane Matthew. It is scheduled to continue until next year.